Hey everyone! Welcome to Beyond the Gates. I'm Alessio, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Beyond the Gates, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. What happens when a drunken night in Vegas turns into a marriage you don't even remember? For Dani and Andre, the morning after was pure chaos, waking up hungover, rings on their fingers and zero idea how they got there. Meanwhile, back home, secrets are unraveling, relationships are being tested, and Smitty is ready to go to war to protect his family. From unexpected proposals to explosive confrontations, this isn't just drama. It's lives colliding, choices haunting the people who made them, and consequences nobody saw coming. Welcome back to Beyond the Gates, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Smitty kicked ass and took names as the new Richardsons enjoyed a hangover honeymoon. On Beyond the Gates, Dani and Andre were sleeping off their binge in Las Vegas, where they had nightmares about married with an Anita Williams mimic as the officiant. A ringing hotel room phone jolted them out of it, the noise seeming shrill to them. Andre clumsily answered the phone and was informed that they had missed checkout. "When did we check in?" Dani inquired, feeling uncomfortable. The hungover couple was unsure where they were. Dani assumed they were on a cruise ship. Each blamed the other for starting their drinking the night before, and Dani dimly remembered a talk about going somewhere. When Andre checked his phone and revealed that they were in Vegas, Dani grew agitated and assumed they had lost a lot of money gaming. The two had flashes of being with Anita, leaving Dani to wonder, was that a bottle in front of me or a full frontal lobotomy? However, when Andre and Dani learned they were wearing wedding bands, they linked their fragmented memories together and theorized they'd been married by an Anita duplicate, despite the lack of physical evidence. But when Dani saw the marriage certificate, their legal union became all too real. Neither newlywed could discover photographic documentation of their alleged wedding, prompting Dani to joke, "There is no one I would rather not remember marrying than you." When Andre asked Dani what she would tell her girls about her quick marriage, she joked that she would tell them that their father forced her to do it. They knew there would be music to face at home, and Andre was confident Nicole would come for him once she realized her nephew was now her brother-in-law. Andre claimed they could end the marriage, but Dani argued that no one needed to know they were married. The pair appeared to acknowledge that they were legally bound. Marcel told Joey at the Lakeview casino that he was aware of their plans. Joey hoped he had more employees like Malone on his payroll. Derek pulled himself into Ashley's apartment in his wheelchair, relieved that she hadn't removed his favorite armchair after he moved out. Naomi and Derek surprised their friend by making the bathroom more accessible to him, but Ashley noticed his anxiety and dispatched the Hawthorns on an errand. Ashley, like Derek, stated that the shower bars were now permanent fixtures, but he expressed disappointment that the restroom had been transformed into an outpatient outhouse. While Derek expressed gratitude for the assistance, Ashley understood he was feeling overwhelmed. She assured him that she was neither her patient nor her issue, and that they could take small steps. When Jacob and Naomi arrived and there was talk of going out to eat, Derek revealed he wasn't quite ready for a field trip, and suggested working on the kitchen cabinets with Jacob while the ladies went to get takeout. When Jacob was alone with Derek, he produced the engagement ring Derek had asked him to bring from his apartment. Derek's proposal to Ashley felt like a lifetime ago to him. Jacob confirmed that Ashley and Derek's love for each other had not changed. Derek chose to hide the ring box behind books that he couldn't reach. When the volumes fell on Derek's knees, causing him to grimace, Jacob said wide-eyed, "You felt that?" Jacob was ready to celebrate, but Derek had his pal dial it back, insisting that he was simply experiencing twinges on and off, which he didn't want to jinx or share with Ashley. Derek thought it was terrible to give his fiancée false optimism. However, Jacob expected that skilled nurse Ashley would notice the change. Derek requested Jacob's silence, feeling that withholding or conveying the news was one of the last things he could control. Naomi questioned Ashley's desire to marry Derek while waiting for takeout at Uptown, despite the fact that she had previously turned him down months before. Ashley showed that things had changed. "Yeah, he had a life-altering accident," Naomi admitted confidently. Naomi wanted to make sure Ashley wasn't dating Derek out of sympathy, and asked for more information about what occurred with Andre. Ashley simply stated that she and Andre understood they belonged with separate people, and that she and Derek were meant. Vanessa approached a soused Doug at his request. He explained that he was drinking to recall who she used to be. The unemployed doctor slurred that he had accepted an invitation to a high-stakes poker game. Like hell you are, Vanessa responded. Doug complained about being Vanessa's sidekick, claiming that it was too much for her to be good and respectable. She needed to be flirtatious and nasty. Vanessa was bored of having the same old disagreement. Derek snarked that their verbal fisticuffs were the only things that sparked any emotion in Vanessa in his eyes. Vanessa sought to drown out Doug's increasing volume, who was preparing for his high-stakes game unless Vanessa agreed to give up their vices together. When Vanessa remained mute, Doug was prepared to win big. With your luck, I wouldn't count on it, Vanessa replied, not cynically. Doug got up and left her at the table. Ashley and Naomi witnessed the McBrides' nasty fight and vowed not to let it happen in their own relationships. Joey responded to Vanessa's summons and could tell by the extra glass that Doug had been drinking at her table. When Vanessa dismissed the idea that one addiction led to another with her spouse, Joey advised a change of scenery and promised to whisk Vanessa away to paradise to be admired and catered to. Vanessa admitted that she had always been tempted to visit Puerto Rico, and Joey encouraged her to succumb to that temptation. Let's do it, Vanessa agreed after some hesitation. June poured water for Martin and Samantha at their table at Orphe Jean's, but the glass overflowed. Samantha stated that she was constantly leaking information, and noticed that June was frightened. Martin thanked Samantha for not informing Smitty about her meeting with June and then left. June told Samantha that her boss was fine with her talking to her daughter while on the job, but was shocked Samantha wanted her counsel after everything. Samantha acknowledged that June had done the right thing for both her and her brother by giving them up. June commented that being indoors with people was new for her, but she was still taken aback that she had met the elegant Anita Williams herself. With so many wonderful women surrounding Samantha, June wondered why the teenager wanted to visit her. Samantha explained the scenario to Nathan. June wanted to know if the youngster was a good kid who had been raised properly, just like her. June stated that niceness was found in the actions of others, but goodness originated from within. Samantha didn't have to like Nathan back, she said. The entry-level waitress underlined Samantha's worth and advised her that males could wait. She had plenty of time to do grown-up things, and youth was already fleeting. Samantha inquired as to how June dealt with the realization that her daughter should not do something she would later regret. That's a question too deep for break time, June clarified. June was perplexed when she advised Samantha to be herself around Nathan, only for Samantha to respond that she didn't know who she was yet and moved away quickly to regroup. June reappeared and asserted more confidently that any boy would be fortunate to have Samantha on his arm, but emphasized that the girl did not need to be concerned about boys already. When Samantha mentioned that Nathan appeared so certain of what he wanted, June scoffed, saying that the child was frontin', because he was as fresh to romance as Samantha. When we like somebody, June told us, it gets easy to lean too hard into what they want. The server remarked that this was the point at which users stopped listening to their inner voices. Protect that, June insisted. That's how you know you're still you. Martin discovered Smitty at home, working on an article about the effects of biological parents re-entering their children's lives after adoption. The congressman noted that the new piece was a significant difference from Smitty's previous article on Marcel, but questioned whether Smitty was too close to the topic. The split couple discussed setting boundaries for their children, with Smitty stating that minors could not do anything they pleased. When Smitty asked where their adoptees were, Martin said that Tyrell was at the movies, and Samantha was with June. Smitty became enraged that he had not been contacted and confirmed that he would have sought to prevent Samantha from seeing June unattended if Martin had discussed the topic with him. When Martin claimed that their daughter would be safe with June in a public setting like the diner, Smitty underlined June's drug use for years, and how, once again, Martin was keeping secrets from him. Martin insisted that the situation had changed because Samantha had taken him into her trust. At the very least, he had told Smitty the truth. After the fact, Smitty shouted, "Like you do every single time." Martin despised Smitty, accusing him of lying on a regular basis. Smitty insisted that Samantha have one of them there with her and June coming forward, and that Martin make no more unilateral decisions. When Smitty arrived at the cafe to get Samantha, he was accosted by Marcel, who informed the pesky reporter that he had read Smitty's extensively edited article about him, and was relieved Smitty had chosen the high road. Smith smirked, noting that Malone didn't spend much time in that area. Marcel responded, "The air is too rarefied up there for my taste." Smitty informed Marcel that the unredacted portion was on a hard disk in a safe deposit box, which he would reveal if Marcel ever did anything to harm his family. Marcel mocked the Duprees, claiming that they had far more to lose than he would if the exposé became public, and pressed Smitty to erase the story. "Won't make the truth about you disappear," Smitty said just before Marcel left. Samantha planned to return to June in the future if she needed further instruction. June was willing, but stressed that Samantha needed to speak with her fathers first. Mother and daughter praised one another, and June advised Samantha to prioritize learning and listening to her parents over mails. When June departed to take care of a table, Smitty accosted Samantha and told her to wait in the car for him. Smitty found June, who was astonished to learn that Samantha had not requested permission to visit her, and that Smitty would not have allowed it if he had known the conversation was going to take place. He mentioned that Samantha and Tyrell were doing well, and he didn't want anything to interrupt that. June objected, but Smitty insisted that the children were minors and that he could easily cancel any visits. When June wondered what she'd done wrong, Smitty relented and said the kids could visit her, but made sure she knew he recalled how she had let them down before. "If you hurt them," Smitty cautioned a shocked June, "it will be the last time either of us makes that mistake." Tyrell returned home after his movie, chatting to Martin in monosyllables, and wanted to go to his room. Martin indicated a desire to spend more time with Tyrell, despite being aware of the boy's disappointment in him. Tyrell replied, "All I know about is today," when Martin hoped to one day comprehend why he'd done what he did. Martin asked his son if they could start over from where they were at the time, and Tyrell questioned if Martin was willing to face the truth. The adolescent expressed gratitude to Martin for not micromanaging him and Samantha when June arrived, and praised his adopted father for allowing them to make their own decisions concerning her. Also, Tyrell had allowed Martin to defeat him at chess for years. Martin chuckled and challenged Tyrell to a game of Mancala, promising to tell him everything about the bill he was co-authoring as they played.